Welcome to the Next Level podcast. This show is for leaders, builders, and bold thinkers who know they're meant for more and are finally ready to stop waiting and start moving. The Next Level Lab is where confidence meets clarity, where identity turns into action, and where bold decisions create real momentum. Here we'll talk about leadership, growth, energy, mindset, and what it actually takes to build a life and a business that feel aligned, powerful, and totally yours. You'll hear real conversations, real stories, real strategies. No fluff, no playing small, and no waiting until you feel ready. This podcast is your permission to lead louder, move faster, and own your next level. I'm your host, Kaleigh Wiley. Let's freaking go. Welcome back to another episode of the Next Level Lab podcast. I am so excited to have Kaleigh with us today. Kaleigh, why don't you kick us off? Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, who you are, and what you do.
Oh my gosh. It's always interesting talking about yourself. But my name is Kaleigh Reynolds, and I am a strategy consultant, a brand and business strategy consultant, and I have a degree in neuroscience. I minored in analytical chemistry and painting. Started a marketing agency from the ground up. Taught myself everything from logo design, graphic design, web design, everything from the ground up, and I use neuroscience to help my clients get their signals out there and help people find where they're meant to be.
Yeah. What inspired you to go into the creative marketing world?
Oh man. So my dad owns a marketing agency himself, and I grew up around a lot of creatives.
Yep.
I wasn't allowed to touch anything really growing up. So as a creative, it was really hard to like sit there and like watch all of it happen, but then not participate in any of it. And when I started a business, it was kind of like, oh, well, now it's all like you have all the options in the world. So I went for it.
Yeah. What's the best part about owning a business?
Oh, best part, definitely having your own autonomy.
Yep.
Yeah.
The high flexibility is always the dream.
For sure. You know, I mean, there's days where you work how many hours? And then there's,
so many. So many. But there's flexibility to do things on a random Thursday, which I didn't have before. I definitely was just talking to someone this morning. Like, I work way longer hours now. And I just work different hours. Like, I have always been more of a 9 to 5 grinder, and then hard boundary at 5, where now I'm like, oh, no, I have to work at 11 o'clock at night in order to get things across the finish line. Like, it just happens. In order to make things happen. And so it's just one of those things. What's the hardest part about owning a business?
The hardest part is doing it alone.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times because you are the business owner and you are in charge of like business ownership is therapy on steroids.
100%.
Yeah, because there's no one you can blame at the end of the day but you.
Yep.
And the only thing you can do is look in the mirror at the end of the day and go, ooh, I didn't handle that well.
Yep.
I could have improved that area. When you're working in a business, it's so easy for us to go, oh my gosh, that was handled so poorly. But yeah, you can't.
100%. I know you and I have talked offline a lot about like solopreneurship and how to navigate that. What have been some of the biggest like learning lessons you've learned with that?
Oh goodness. Believing in myself before others did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to.
You have to.
I mean, it's so important with especially launching into a business. If you don't believe in it, no one else cares.
No.
Like no one else cares about what you do the same way that you do ever again. Like there's literally no one that can match that. Do you feel like having community has helped kind of pivot into some of that confidence?
Community for sure.
Yeah.
Who you surround yourself with is like, I mean, I know you know that so much too. Because there's knowing yourself, right? And you know what you are and what you do
100%.
and all of those things. But if you're in circles that don't support that or see that, you're never going to be able to express yourself in that way authentically.
Even having an entrepreneur circle. Like I have my core group of friends that are not entrepreneurs that I love, that are very supportive.
Yeah.
But also having those entrepreneur friends that like it almost runs like a team. Like I have people for me right now that like they literally run like a team that like I know I'm calling on, I know I'm texting, I know I'm emailing, I know I'm like, hey, help me understand XYZ, help me with this. Hey, I have this launching. What are your thoughts? Like you almost have to create a team with other people that are also solopreneurs, like that are also just out doing it themselves.
Understand. Yeah.
Because it's just a totally different mindset, a completely different mindset.
Because you're part outside of your business. If you're working within a business, you're part of that business's signal. Yeah. When you're on your own, you're the one responsible for creating that signal. Yeah. And if no one else is speaking to it, that's all on you.
100%.
And entrepreneurs get that.
100%. Really yeah. And that weight of carrying some of that too is like, because it is just you. Like if you screw something up, it's not like, oh, well, we screwed this up. Like, it's like, well, that's me. It's just me. It's just me. What have been 100%. Well, and even trying to figure things out.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
You don't have that whole tank of people.
You don't have a supervisor you can call. You don't have a coworker that can teach you on the spot. So
100%. But even having that community, that's where some of that comes in. Like, I've had a lot of people in my community that it's like, hey, what do I do about XYZ? I mean, you just had something last week that you were like,
oh my gosh,
what do I do with this? Like, how do I handle this?
I was like, yeah, well, especially because like, as your business grows and you grow, right? Things get bigger and things get more high risk and high 100%. Leverage and yeah. But then knowing like your background and where you came from and what you've been doing made it a lot easier for me to feel confident that I could reach out.
100%.
Because you've already done that.
Yeah. And so much of that is just failing forward.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
like the number of things
I think
that
that's
like
also what I got out of
100%. Like, I mean, the number of things that like I've learned, one of the questions you said is like, how did you learn how to do this? Like, I screwed up. I screwed up, but I figured it out and I did it. And then you learn every single time. Like, I've sent out proposals that I've gotten people back that have been like, whoa, this is like half of what I thought it was going to be. And I'm like, oh. They're like, I had double budgeted. And you're like, oh, okay, well.
Oh, well, let me just adjust that.
I'm so sorry. I put the wrong number on. But it's hard because you don't know, even especially in the creative space, because I'm also in that like very obscure, there's not a lot of other people doing what we do. And so even like, how do you price things? And how do you know how people are going to receive pricing?
Oh, my goodness.
And I feel like people do receive pricing so differently. Depending on, you've got some people, like some clients that are like, oh, this is so affordable. And you're like, okay. And some that are like, holy crap, who can afford you? And you're like, okay.
Well, not for me, but yeah.
100%. Has pricing been something that's been challenging for you?
I mean, yes, very much so. I'd say I'm really glad I feel like I've done a really good job not undercharging myself as much. I'd still undercharge, but I remember in the beginning, I was told so many times to like, just do free photo shoots and do free this and do all of that. And like, I was able to build without a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important because otherwise you're just running around with your head cut off and then burnout and then all these things. So
free work is tough. I feel like there's this, I mean, I came from the wedding industry, which is everyone wants to build your portfolio in the wedding industry. And I work with a lot of creatives. I mean, I've got a lot of close friends that are in the photo space that are, I mean, I've got a good friend that's been on the podcast that just recently posted about how, like, he literally just posted on his social media, like, my business coach told me that I can't keep giving free stuff away because it's like my number one pet peeve that I'm like, stop giving free stuff away. Like, you do not need to.
If you have impact, you have value, you need to charge for that.
100%.
Energy is energy.
100%. And people will take advantage of it. Like, if you're giving out free work, people will take advantage of that.
Or you're going to attract the people who will too.
Yeah, 100%. Sure. How do you manage that when you have people that are looking? Because I have a ton of people that reach out for free stuff.
Oh my gosh. Totally.
How do you manage that? How do you handle it? Or is it something that you still struggle with?
I feel like because I've switched more into that consulting sect, it's given me a lot more freedom with where I put my energy. So there's a lot more energy for me to go, oh, this is a really good friend of mine and I have a moment to like be there for them. But then there's also like, I mean, you know, in the business world, you start to pick up things. It's therapy on steroids, okay? 100%. So you start to pick up on all those cues pretty quickly of the more chaos they've got going on, the less likely they're going to be someone that you can actually help.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And it's hard. Do you have clients ever that pay you to help them and don't receive the help well? Have you experienced that yet?
Yes. I would say, I'd say that's also why I switched into the consulting route because people seek out consultants when they want change.
100%. Yeah.
People go to marketing agencies when they're desperate. It's not all, but a lot of times they're like desperate for more people to come in through their doors, and that's what they've been told to do.
100%.
But a lot of the times that doesn't align with the value proposition or what they're actually providing or the systems inside. And so when you're marketing without all of those aligned, you can't really you're not going to, it's all energy exchange, right? So if you're not giving something, people aren't going to be buying something, and 100%. No marketing plan is going to fix that.
100%. 100%. How do you manage your energy output?
How do I? This weekend was beautiful. Giving yourself time to just be with yourself is really important, and surrounding yourself with people who care and can hold those spaces for you is really important, and getting rid of the negativity.
People
There's
are
no
huge.
reason to be negative.
People are huge with their energy. Like, I know for me, when I started eliminating people that were draining me emotionally and draining my energy, it was a game changer. Like, I spend so much intentional time with people that uplift me, and I travel with intentionally, and I do things on the weekend intentionally, because I couldn't take the energy drain from other people and the negativity and the, is this actually your career? Is this what you're actually doing? Is this really a job? Is this actually making money? It was really draining.
It was.
And questioning, right? Like, you start to question yourself.
Especially
and your
if
worth.
people are throwing in that doubt on top of your own doubt. It's like, that's where it just doesn't, it's hard for you to go anywhere when that's what you're receiving.
100%. 100%. How do you handle imposter syndrome and self-doubt? How do you ask you that? How do you handle that? I'm like, I could answer that too all day.
So, gosh, we all struggle with it anyways, right? I think it's what I've been focusing on recently is just doing it anyways. Just doing it anyways. And then, like, after this last client event, I really didn't know how to do so many parts of the job, but that's how my business started. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. 100%. I didn't know how to logo design. I didn't know how to send out a contract or do a CRM system, Networking is very difficult. Very difficult.
Super challenging.
You burn out. I think you mentioned that in one of your other podcasts, is like burning out with networking, or some of your posts. I've
been talking very candidly about networking and burnout, and I mean, I spent the first quarter of the year and really the end of last year hyper focusing on networking and visibility. Like, I'm a brand new business.
Which is good. That's good. There's seasons.
There's definitely, it has to be. And like, you quickly kind of figure out the groups you want to be in, the tables you want to sit at, the people you connect with. And there's a lot of really incredible networking groups where we're at. And which I'm grateful for.
Good values, good culture.
100%. But there's a lot that I've been to that I'm like, oh, I don't align with this. Like, this is just not who I am as a person. And it's exhausting.
Energy draining, for sure.
And it's finding that difference even between like networking groups versus like coffee dates, and like, where do you balance that, and how do you balance that, and who do you balance that with? And that's really challenging. Really, really challenging. And then how does that, like, because some of the networking, I'm like, oh, here comes imposter syndrome, networking, right? Like, all of that starts to tie in of like,
it's all connected.
I'm actually, I think out of all of the networking stuff right now, I'm really, really over people pitching themselves, which sounds wild.
I can see that.
It sounds wild because what's the point of networking?
I will say,
pitching.
I feel like there's like a distinct difference between someone who's full pitching. Like, it's, again, all the way down to, like, I'm all about alignment. Someone called me a corporate shaman not too long ago. It's pretty fun. But like, if you're going out there and you're pitching without that embodiment, it doesn't go anywhere. But if you're pitching from an embodiment, you usually don't have to explain yourself. And that's where so much energy gets conserved in a conversation, because people who are not embodied are just flooding you with a bunch of things to try to get you to convert. When that's not how you convert a client.
100%. 100%. I just can't do the pitch right now. The pitch in general for me is not landing.
That's really fair.
I am really in a season of like, I want to connect with people first.
Please.
I literally don't care what your business is until I know you as a human, because I don't care what people sell, right? I really don't. I don't really, like, I can find an excuse to use anybody's service.
Yes, for sure.
But I won't buy the service if it's not from someone I
love it. You want to see the embodiment and the energy first.
100%.
I love it.
100%. Where I'm like, I don't need anyone's service until, and even, I mean, there's a lot of services that like I might not buy or I can't align with, but I'm like, I will support people till the end of the earth if I love them as human. And that's where I'm like, It's finding that balance, but it's a hard line to run in networking events. Because if you notice, I don't give my pitch at all at networking events. Don't. I don't give it at all.
Yeah.
I don't give it at all. Most of the time people are like, I don't even know what that girl does.
I would agree.
Yeah, people do not even know when I go to networking events because I play a different game when I go to networking because I couldn't handle the pitch. I couldn't handle, but it's not the popular opinion.
It can be kind of, well, again, it can be really shallow sometimes.
100%.
And I feel like people who are really, really intentional about their time and what they're doing, shallow it's a waste of time.
Well, and I feel like for me, I've had a lot of clients that almost over prep their pitch.
Yeah.
And that's where they sit and that's what they're stuck on because like, what else do you say?
Yeah.
You have 10 seconds with someone. I'm going to give you my 10-second elevator pitch. And then I don't even know who you are as a person. And
I will say there's a balance.
It's more stressful.
Yeah,
it takes way more energy to recite your damn. I've done it. I've done my.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna recite my elevator pitch of what I do, and then I'm freaking burnt out by the time I get home, and I'm like, I don't even know who any of those people were.
Yeah.
But I really nailed that 10-second elevator pitch, and it burned me out. It absolutely burned me out, and so we're gonna try something new the rest of the year.
You should.
We're gonna try something new.
I love it. Do you have thoughts?
Happens.
Do you have thoughts for?
I don't know. I'm out of town all of next week, so it'll be this week when the podcast airs. Doing a lot of networking out of state, and I don't know that I'm gonna play it out.
You're just gonna see.
I'm just gonna go connect with people because anyone that I'm already meeting up with,
there's a lot of power in that.
100%. And any of the people I'm meeting with, like scheduled up there,
yeah,
are all people that I met before I even owned a business.
Love.
And through connection of just asking people questions and being obsessed with who they were as people and their businesses and how they were doing life. And so, I don't know. I just think that there's a power in connecting with people as people first. And so, I don't know. I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I'll let you know in the next episode how that works out for me.
Please.
What do you think out of everything that you've done, like going on currently, what's something that you're most excited about that's in your realm right now?
Before I do that question real quick, I also just realized that I think because of my positioning, it's really hard for me not to listen to people's pitches.
Yeah.
Because the way they pitch is how I know whether they need me or not.
100%.
Which is, that was just like a quick, which is also draining. But then I was thinking to myself, I can do not that.
Yeah.
But then that's also how.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm like, there's a lot of people that I've.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, there's a lot of people that have given me their pitch, and I'm like, oh, you're so unconfident. Like, girl, let me help you.
Let me help you. Yeah.
And I mean,
speak louder.
There's a lot of people that I've leaned into that I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
What do you charge? Why do you charge that? Let's talk. Like, because it's just that lack of confidence. And you're not wrong. I mean, that's a lot of the people that I've connected with have been because of some of that lack of confidence in their pitches, which is a whole nother.
It's a whole nother thing.
Realm.
Yeah. And I love helping people because of like the actor singer background. Performance is so.
Important.
I love the journey that I've been on to like get onto a stage and in front of people and be very vulnerable about what I'm singing, what I'm doing.
Yep.
And so like their pitch is the best indicator to me that they're either feeling really confident with themselves and showing up how they'd want to, or if they're not.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm really curious. No, now I'm like, what if there was a networking event, like a Love is Blind like type networking event where it's just about who you are as a person. You can't it's not your.
You can't tell.
You can't
and then
see.
We guess at the end.
You can't. Yeah, you can't see them. They can't talk about their business.
Okay.
What does that look like? I'm like, what does that? I don't know.
Energy feel. It sounds like a dance party, and we should have one.
I know. It's like a silent disco.
Yeah,
business.
silent disco.
I'm like, I'm very curious because I'm like. I just feel like there's a lot of power in like connecting people's energy and connecting people as humans
removing
first.
That uncomfortable, because there's also that uncomfortable shield. A lot of people when they step into the business world are new to it. They're uncomfortable. They're using jargon they've never used before.
Yeah. And I mean, I've been told that I'm intimidating and I like, cause I carry a high level of energy. Like I carry a very strong presence. I'm super tall. And so I know that I carry, and I don't mean to, like, I don't mean to be intimidating.
No, you should always be. So here,
but I've been told that.
With this too.
Yep. But I've been told that over and over again that people will be like, well, I don't want to approach you because, I mean, you approached me right away at an event, but like, I have been told that like, well, you're really intimidating. So I don't want to come to you and I don't want to ask you. And like, and I do talk pretty bold. And so have you had that like with your personality of people saying like, you're too much, you're too bold, you're too direct? Have you had any of that feedback? And how do you receive that?
By changing your circles.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I have eliminated anyone that tells me that I'm like, well, I'm not for you then. Have a good day.
And it's nothing bad or personal. It's really, especially because of like the trauma like background that I come from and all that training. People who think you're too much or too intimidating or too bold or too this and that are really just triggered by themselves.
100%.
So there's nothing that you can do for them. That's really all on them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a big learning period.
Especially if you're kind. Sorry, not nice, kind.
Yeah.
If you're kind, if you've got good values, good intentions, you really genuinely like helping people.
Yeah.
You can't
project. Let people project. Yeah. Which is a challenge. Yeah. It's a big challenge.
It is.
But what's one thing you're working on that you're really excited for? Yeah, no, you're good. I think that was a great point to make.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
One thing I'm working on. Let's see. I would say I'm just working on the yes and the no. So saying yes to what is good for me and what feels good, and then saying no to anything energetically that feels off.
Girl's been in my coaching program. Girl's been in my, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no.
Honestly, going through your program, like, yes.
Yeah, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, and that's a big thing for me. That was one of the most recent classes, and there's so much for me around that, like, and that's been a hard lesson for me to learn is, like, I used to say yes to everything.
Oh my gosh.
Because I didn't want to miss out on a client. I didn't want to miss out on a job. I didn't want to miss out on a connection. I didn't want to miss out on opportunities. I didn't want to miss out on someone not liking me, so I would say yes to everything.
Yeah.
And then I was super burnt out. And
for sure. And again, there's seasons of that.
100%.
But
100%.
to keep doing that is like, that's going to hurt you over the long run for sure.
100%. And some of that comes with some of that can be really scary. Because before we started recording, I was telling you I've got a project in the works that I've had to say no to a lot of stuff. Yes. A lot of stuff because I just don't have the capacity.
I'm really excited for you.
And thank you. But with that comes I'm turning down clients and I'm turning down paid work for something that's not making money yet. And that's really scary.
That is really scary.
But I've got this thing on my vision board that's been there for a decade that I'm getting to do now. And that's my big hell yes now. And so
huge.
It's a weird, but it's that weird balance of how do you say no to things that could be paid or clients that could be paid that now you're saying no to because you're like, this is not in alignment.
Yep.
And that's a challenge.
I think we both know it's because it's an energetic yes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, what you're doing is more important and you know it's going to pay off.
Yeah, 100%. But it's still
terrifying.
So scary. Have you had a client that you've had to turn down?
Oh, yeah. But a lot of that, again, this comes from like chaos. Like how, and even like trauma, oh my gosh, trauma-informed coaching is like, you can only coach someone so far.
Yeah.
And, or help them. You can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped.
100%.
And that happens a lot with clients.
Yeah. And you can't help that.
You can't.
You can't help that.
And you know when it's happening because like the energy is like, oh, this is not good energy. Yeah. Versus like people who are ready for it. I sleep at night so well. They're like they ask for me. They want all of the things. They're ready for change. They're ready for bigger freedoms, peace, all that kind of stuff.
Those are the best clients.
Those are the best clients
that are willing to get uncomfortable and lean into the change and lean into the systems and lean into the process. And don't question the process.
Accountability. 100%. And all of the steps that are required to change your system.
Total little pivot here. Social media. We've talked a lot about social media.
Yes.
And different platforms and having different modalities of social media and different, like being on Instagram but having different handles. And
oh my gosh.
How do you manage your social media? How do you handle that? And is there anything that you would like currly change? Because I have my own weird methods of social media. That a lot of people, it's a big hot take, and I've got a lot of people to come at me. I'm like,
tell me about that too.
I'm like, and I can kind of share with you about kind of my methods. I know you know my methods. I only have one social media. I have one Instagram.
I think I saw you and I went, that sounds way more peaceful than what I'm doing.
And it's a hot take, and I've had a lot of people, and I took the Next Level Lab Instagram handle, and I have it. I don't post on it, and my intention was that I would have two separate Instagrams. I would have my personal, I would have my business. And I would keep them very separate. And when I decided why I was doing that, it was because I was carrying two separate voices. Yes. And I've talked very candidly across my platforms that I've done a rebrand because my brand was so far off from who I was because of curated identity,
Yep.
right? I sat in this space that I'm going to sit in a curated identity because this is what people want to see. And they want to see this. And I mean, when I first started in this week's episode, I talked, so that'll be last week's episode. I talked about only getting tattoos on my upper arms. I had a nose stud instead of a hoop because I didn't want to make people uncomfortable. I wore sleeves. I mean, if you look at any pictures from a decade ago, I'm in sleeves to my elbows because I had tattoos on my upper arms, and you would never know I had tattoos because I covered them all. And when I rebranded, I decided that I was just going to lean into who I was. And if you're going to get my social media, you're going to get my nephews, you're going to get what I'm doing on the weekends, you're going to get my travel, you're going to get my business, and you're going to get me completely unfiltered. Because I can't coach filtered anymore. And if you see me speak, if you see me on the podcast, if you come to my coaching things, I cuss, I wear tattoos, I wear what I want. I can't filter anymore. I can't do the energy behind it. But it's a hot take, and I've gotten a lot of pushback.
Do you know what that does for you, though?
It it gives me so much free time. Not managing multiple social medias
and multiple people and multiple perspectives. And
it's so much. I'm doing another project next year with someone, and we were talking like, do we launch another Instagram? And it was like, no. We're just going to post we're going to do collaborative posts across both of our platforms and share the project that we've got coming out. My personal project that's coming out later this year. Same thing. Like, do we start a new Instagram? No. We're just going to share across platforms because why?
Because it's you.
I literally cannot handle any more pressure of creating another
and having to stay
identity.
In this box
100%.
This other one.
100%. So talk to me because I know you run yours differently. But I think it's slowly moving.
It is moving.
Slowly moving.
I have like 7 Instagrams.
Yeah, you have a lot.
I have a lot. I have ones that I started in high school where I was just getting into photography, ones where I started getting into art and poetry. Some other accounts that I keep private where I'm exploring more of like the performing, singing type stuff. And then I've got my business account, my new photography account, and my personal.
So many different
hats. And I think the biggest part for me was just like, there are so many wounds that live with us that stay with us for a very long time. And like, I remember I was told like, this is really funny, but like with singing, like, don't share your diary with the world. No one wants to hear that. But then there's Taylor Swift, who's like
literally doing that,
and making tons of money, right? And even like sharing like, I'm really hoping to jump in this year. That's my plan. It's like do all the heels classes, take really beautiful photos of myself and put it all out there, but then contrast that with the portfolio that I've built on top of the vulnerable poetry and the music that I'm building, because the people who I want to work with, especially is more of like, I'm getting more into like a fractional chief of staff type positioning and more of like that overall strategy consultant. As a strategy consultant, people hire me because I'm able to be in so many different containers as 100%. Me. And so breaking away from like the judgment of these people are going to see this one day, and then I've got these big brands who are going to see me in heels in a sexy outfit, singing about my feelings. But then I'd like look at, okay, well, I want to go to New York and Broadway. What are those accounts doing? They mix it all the time. Have you looked at like
they're
actors'
all mixed
accounts? Like you've got like The Rock Johnson, you've got Ryan Reynolds, you've got oh my gosh, what's her
They're
name?
all completely mixed.
All completely mixed. But that's their power in their personal brand. And so the more that I'm still working on it every day. But the more that I just like let it exist and put it out there is really just like bringing me closer to the types of people that I want to work with who see my value.
100%. And that for me has been a game changer. Like it started because I have like my ideal client is someone
Do you feel like you have better ideal clients
I have
now?
all my own ideal clients now because people that come to me now, I've got a client that runs a multi-million-dollar company. When she first came to me, she sent me an email and said, I want to button up. I need to be more professional because I run this multi-million-dollar company that I own. I need to clean up how I act, how I talk, how I looked. And I literally said, I'm so sorry, I won't do that for you. But what I'll do is I'll help you step into the power that you already have. You already built a multi-million-dollar company. Like, we're not going to change. If you want to wear Vans and a tank top into your business meeting, girl, live that. And I spent a lot of years trying to be buttoned up. And I will dress appropriately for the occasion. I'm always going to dress appropriately for the occasion. However, if I get up
and I'm going to speak and jeans feel better for me, I'm going to throw jeans and sneakers on. I don't care. Like I'm going to be who I am. Yes. And because of that, I've attracted an ideal client. I've got tattoo artists. I've got bands. I've got people that
are
sit
too
in a
afraid
space
to do what you're doing.
100%.
Sorry,
and and I've got people that like, that won't go to the business coach that's wearing the business suit.
Because that's not who they want to be.
Right. And so it's actually really aligned me with people that are very like me, which is very powerful. Very, very powerful. And so I don't know. I just don't like, you're going to get everything on my social media completely unfiltered. And but then I show up in my business completely unfiltered. Like, I mean, if I go meet, like I met with a nonprofit yesterday, like I showed up in exactly what I was wearing on social media in that meeting. Like I'm going to show up who I am because I just can't balance the multi-personality anymore. I literally
as your best because
100%.
You're too busy. That's such a mental load.
100%. Well, it's a hard, like to carry multiple personas is hard. It's so challenging.
It's so challenging.
And so for me, I'm like, I dress the exact same way.
Yeah.
No matter what I go to.
I feel like for me, mine's kind of been an opposite switch of like being okay with wearing the bright pink dress and then walking in with like a full business suit and then showing up in a sweat set
100%.
Because like there are days where I feel like I just want to be the artist and like some days I want to like natural hair and like forest lady and there's nothing wrong with that. That's really just being an artist. And I don't think I've ever allowed myself to just be the artist.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, girl, I'm like, yesterday I had on like sweatpant barrel jeans. And like today I've got jeans on. And I'm like, and I'm all over the spectrum with my fashion right now and trying to kind of figure out what I feel good in and how I feel good.
Feel allowed to do that.
100%.
Too. Yeah.
100%.
I'm probably coming out of that a little bit. But
Which is hard. It's a hard journey.
Hard.
Because of perception and because of what the world says, this is how you're supposed to look. This is what you're supposed to look like.
You and
100%.
One remark can leave that dent on you.
100%. Oh, for years I was told tattoos would make me unsuccessful. How I did my hair would make me unsuccessful. I wasn't polished enough. I was too edgy. I was a little rough around the edges. I've always been told that because I'm blunt. I'm unfiltered. I have tattoos. Like that's just who I am. And I already carry a little bit of a pushy personality and so I've always been told that, and that is something that has stuck with me forever of
that's why you're here.
Could I be could I be in certain roles because am I too rough around the edges? Am I not buttoned up enough? And like, but now those are the clients I work with are the people that are making multi-millions of dollars.
That's because they see
that are doing what they want to do. 100%. 100%. So breaking those stigmas.
Leadership is not what I thought it was.
Leadership is a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Whole nother world.
I
mean, leadership's a whole nother topic.
How we're doing on time.
We're good. Okay. We're good. Yeah. It's a whole nother world of just how to step into leadership.
Oh my gosh.
How to be a leader. What people are looking for as a leader.
With being wrong and looking bad and holding forth and all of the chaos as you are is
even doing that in your own business, like being a leader for yourself. Failing,
self-led,
and making mistakes,
waking up the next morning and continuing to take care of yourself and go to the gym and do things that bring you back is
even self accountability. And this is personality types and self accountability. Are you a type A or a type B person? I feel like I could guess this.
Type A.
Yeah. So I've always been a type A person.
Yeah.
Always. And probably within the last, when I went self-employed, I've become the most type B person I've ever met, which is very interesting to me.
I think that's why I hesitated, is because I
like I used to be, but I think it's because I was accountable to somebody else. Exactly. I was a people pleaser.
Well, and then
so I wanted to have this routine. Yep. And that's where the pressure of, I was a pressured type A.
You have to perform and people please.
I was a performing type A, where like when I worked for someone else, I wanted to be the first one clocked in, the best of the best, doing all the things.
Yeah.
And now that I work for myself, I'm like,
what can I do for me?
Literally. And like I work out and then I'm on something, like going somewhere else, but like work travel before, like I was booked 6 months in advance and I wanted to be booked. My travel now, like I leave in May for a trip and I have a flight there. I do not have a flight home yet.
I love that.
I have no plan for what I have a flight there. I have no plan and I don't have a way home yet. And like
love that.
old me would have been really obsessed with that. So it's interesting, like when you own a business, you almost have to let go of some of that because
that's also like,
you don't know how it's going to flow.
I was going to say flow state.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally going to say flow state.
Yeah.
When you're like really in being you, that's what I meant. Like put yourself like, then all of a sudden you can focus on you. You've got a crazy fun journey if you let yourself be you.
100%. 100%. And like
it'll bounce you everywhere.
And it's like you don't have that pressure that's constantly sitting on you, constantly telling you
this way.
100%. Yeah. And so it's it's the first time in my entire life I would identify as a type B because I've always been such a rigid type A. And it wasn't until I sat in my own seat in my own business that I became that, which is wildly opposite of who I've ever been. Like
I love that for you.
Like very different.
I'm sitting here trying to think because I think with my TISM, when I travel, there's certain things that I have to have.
100%.
Like I have to have water source, food source, sleep time, things orderly and clean in a certain way.
Yeah.
And so but then at the same time, I could go out that night and go Latin dancing, and I like traveling abroad. I would oh my gosh, I'd sing karaoke in Edinburgh, meet a whole bunch of people, and then be back at an Airbnb with 15 different people from different countries at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of like flow state I like to be in.
Yeah.
But then there's also that self-leadership of like, yes, but make sure you water yourself and feed yourself and go to sleep.
Yeah.
And so my structure with traveling does that so that I can have a little bit more free flow.
Yeah. See, and I used to be really structured with travel. Yeah. And girl, like I do not know who I've become, but I'm like, once I didn't have the pressure of being on someone else's schedule and doing it's a totally different game. Like I said, I leave
and being able to have like a glass of wine or two, and then like
at lunch, at dinner, at wherever I can eat wherever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can meet with whoever I want. Like, I mean, I'll be out of town next week, which will be this week when this comes out. Like I do have an Airbnb booked, but it was just booked.
Love.
And I'm driving because I didn't book flights. Like I did not book a flight, so I'm driving.
Flights have gone up so much.
So I'm literally driving and like literally kind of winging it. Like I've got meetings and places I need to be at certain times, but like the rest of it, I'm like, do I want to go to the ocean or do I want to go do the tulip gardens? Like, and I'm just sort of, which is so out of character for me. So So
I love that.
I don't know. We're all on a journey.
To hear how it all goes.
You follow along on social media. I post it on my one platform.
You sure do.
My one platform. If there was one piece of advice that you could give anybody about starting a business, taking the leap, what would that be? That big thing for you that you wish someone would have said to you when you first started a business?
Just start and stop listening to literally everyone else.
Yeah.
Stop listening to everyone.
Yeah, and just do it.
And just do it and focus on you.
Yeah. And what if it's a business that not a lot of people have heard of?
That's the best type of business. Yeah. Because
I knew I was fishing for an answer here. I knew what I was asking for.
I love it. Well, that's because so many people and this is neuroscience strategy. You're already on it, but people really like things that fill the gaps, and organizations and markets change and fluctuate so
100%.
much. And if you're able to identify a place that people aren't seeing as a pro, just keep signaling louder and more intentionally and more confidently, and you're gonna find your way.
100%.
Because people need you, however you come.
100%. And that's I think that's always my big advice is like just go for it.
Just
do it. And it is those like weird obscure things that people are like, but I don't know how this could be a business. And I'm like, that's exactly what could be a business. Yes. It's exactly what could be a business.
That's what makes you special and 100%. Important, and your vision is huge. It's huge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh,
well. I believe in all of my people so much. Like anybody who has ever talked to me or been around me, I believe in their ability to be anything they want, always.
Yeah. Same. That's definitely my bread and butter is overly believing in people, pushing people to do their thing.
Can be toxic at times in other ways.
100%.
To that, but
100%. But I really believe that people are capable of doing anything that they put their mind to, and I want people to be successful. Like I want to see people be successful. It's way more fun when people are successful than failing.
So agreed.
Way more fun.
Then we can all hang out and have a good time and enjoy the birds and the bees.
And life.
The
And life.
birds and the bees.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They-
Okay, well,
it's
that
true.
too. Yeah.
Well, thanks for being
Yeah,
here
thank
today.
you.
I appreciate you for taking the
Yeah.
time to be on the podcast
Of
and just
course.
chat about all the things.
Yeah.
And I don't know how time goes by so fast on
Yeah,
these. I'm like,
it's for
I
sure.
literally don't know how we hit 40 minutes so fast. But I appreciate you
we
for
can
being
talk
here.
about a lot of things. So yeah, I appreciate you so much for
Yeah.
having me, and thank you for also being such a mentor, because
Yeah.
let me tell you, it can be a hard journey. And Kaleigh was like one of the first people where I went, that's one of my people. She's right
appreciate
there.
that.
I like starting your own business, you want to have the right voices in the room. So this is a good one. Keep tuning in.
I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. As always, like, subscribe, share, all the things would be super helpful for us. And we will see you next week.